Welcome back. As we promised, our second segment is going to be a sports segment and to the initiatives launched by the state in cooperation with the NGOs to scout or to see where are the wonderful, promising talents we have in different sports scattered all over Egypt and how to support them to represent Egypt in many domains, whether it's African, it's international, you name it. To shed more light on the initiative, we are very much delighted to have with us via phone Mrs. Samy, our sports analyst and critic. Thank you very much for being with us, Muna.
Hello, good morning. It's always a pleasure.
Good morning. Can you hear me, dear? Hello?
Okay. Hello, do you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning, dear. I want to have first your panoramic view regarding this initiative launched by the state in cooperation, of course, with the NGOs to scout or to search for the new talents in different sports scattered all over Egypt, to support them and to give them a hand how to be under the spotlight and not just to enjoy their favorite sport, but even many of them can turn to be Olympic medalists.
Yeah,
Hello?
Hello,
Hello?
do you hear me? Hello?
Yes.
Do you hear me well?
Now I can hear you. Would you please just
Yes,
make
I
sure
changed
that
my
you're in a
side.
place
I changed my
where
side.
Yes, okay, go ahead.
Do you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay, sorry for this voice before. I think we have a many new era nowadays regarding sports, and also we can find many projects in this matter by the state and Ministry of Youth and Sports. For example, there is the National Projects for Talents. If you know, this produced many athletes for us who won medals in various tournaments in cadets and youth, like in weightlifting and in different places in Egypt, not just Cairo. And this, I think it's a good for young people and young athletes that they found that there are some improvements in many sports, not just like football, and also in many places in Egypt, not just like center of Cairo or just the main cities or big cities, but also in the faraway places and cities.
Yes, and I think now also the social media can have a nice share, our role in media, and also many games are becoming even more popular. I mean, you would easily find Egyptians knowing well about the names of our stars of handball, for example, of martial arts, whether it's taekwondo, judo, or karate, after the medals we achieved, whether in the Olympic Games or in world competitions. How do you see the importance of spreading awareness among the Egyptian people with the importance of sports in general?
Yes, of course, I totally agree with you, because nowadays we can found not focus only on football, just individual sports, Olympic and Paralympics players. And this is, I think, the media these days has a big role in this matter, especially all the people currently follow most of social networking sites, and they can direct the people and also the parents to many different games, not just one game or a specific game. I can see this nowadays because you can find that there is huge players and many players in different sports like fencing. You can see like fencing. You now know a lot of players of fencing, and in the past you don't know this.
Ziad Sidi, Muhammad Said, Ahmed Said, but this
yes,
is what I'm
Muhammad
talking
Yassin,
about.
And like nowadays you can find a mini sports champion athletes and different players in different sports, and you know about them, and you can like sports, squash, handball, basketball. So I think the media has a very impact on this, because they are covering all
and we are
the
achieving, I mean, I think it's normal now to find that a role model for young children we have can be For example, Ahmed Al-Ahmar in handball, Saif
Yes.
Isa in taekwondo, or Hidayah Malak, Faryal Ashraf. I mean, they're going to see Faryal Ashraf's name, for example, on one of the bridges we have. So who is she? If they are that young and they don't know, they are going to know, and how the country is really appreciating and evaluating the successes of our athletes. I think this can be a motive. This can be one of the elements behind their will to continue on the same track.
Yes, of course, I guess so, because when you have the motive, when you have a role model, when you like that, when you give effort and you can have a reward for it, this is a motive for the young people. And also, I want to say that when you speak about sports, we are not putting pressure on the children or just like young people to be athletes. Not everyone meant to be a champion, sports champion, but we also want to spread the culture of playing any sport you want, like for health.
To be fit and to
Yes,
lead a
yes.
healthy life. Amen to that. This is a very important point. But if you permit me, I'd like to return back to the NGO's role in specific, because I think they are scattered all over Egypt and they can be even closer to the families, to the parents, to those who want to show the talent or to support their kids when they know that they are really talented. How do you see the role of NGOs in this regard?
I think that nowadays the sports have a main different era, and you can find the professionalism in all sports and like also in schools. So I think it's became a bit easier that when talented one have their way. So we can find that the campaigns in schools and clubs, also like projects by the Ministry of Youth and Sports. All this stuff that make like you can follow up these steps, and you can try to fit in one sport you want. You can try more than sports, and by the support of parents, I think nowadays all the parents have their way that they want their children to play football, to play sports, different sports, and to be fit. So I think we have a new trend here. As you see, sometimes you can find that the parents, like the coach, they are trying to follow up their children. They want them to be professional players, and you can find them also. They are successful in the school and also in the sports. So I think we have a new trend and a new different stuff in sports, and you can find that like you have sponsors for the players in different sports, not just football, and so. I think this is
Yes, of course.
new.
And to add to
Yeah.
what you have just said, I'd like also to mention the role of the athletes themselves. I know now we do have big names on the local, African, and international arenas. And I think they should have a role. And when they return back to their provinces scattered all over Egypt, I think they can give a hand. They can convey the message. They can add to the experience of the newcomers to their game. If you agree with me on that.
Yes, of course I agree, because they have to pay back the support and the love and all of the encourage for them to be successful and to be a champion. So when you become a role model, you have to pay back for this, and you have to encourage young people for good things like playing sports, to like spread your game, your sports that you are successful in. So of course I agree with you.
Then, inshallah, this initiative, or these initiatives to be accurate, inshallah, are going to result with unearthing many of our gems in the world of sports in general. And inshallah, they are going to represent Egypt and will be able to raise the Egyptian flag in sports competitions on the African and international arenas. We were very much delighted to have with us via phone Mrs. Mona Samy, our sports analyst and critic. Thank you very much. And by this, we come to the end of our episode. Tomorrow is another episode of our breakfast show and another crew. Stay tuned on Nile TV International, always for more updates. And for more details, please log on to www.nileinternational.net. Many thanks for watching. This is Nermeen Abdurrahman signing off.